Get over here!
Oh, Goddess, will you please stop? Is this not enough? Your sister regrets all she has done. If you look closely at any of Yune's actions and their unintended consequences, you will see they were all born of fear. Fear that you would expunge her from yourself. If you would but allow her back within you, this would surely never happen again.
Yune is chaos. She is an imperfection in my being. It is because of her that I have done this thing that cannot be undone. No matter how I admonished you, you would not stop fighting. There was nothing I could do. Every day my beloved children were killed. Killed by others of my beloved children. With every death my rage and sorrow grew, until I could control myself no longer. My emotions burst forth, and I raised the land. Furious storms savaged the heavens. Roiling waters rose in tremendous floods. Lives were lost beyond count. I will purge chaos from within myself. Never again will I allow myself to commit such atrocities. I will become a goddess to properly guide and protect my people. I will become perfect.
But to nullify half of your being, we were terribly, monstrously wrong to suggest it. You shouldn't have to bear the weight of our foolish ideas.
I was just lonely. My other half spent all her time worrying about the Laguz and Bjork. She said she was going to erase me. I was only playing. I never meant to hurt so many.
I understand, Yune.
I won't do it again. I love all of you too. You paid attention to me. I don't want to go away. It would be lonely, and I don't like being lonely. I want to stay here with all of you.
Goddess, I have a suggestion. If we here of our own will were to make a pledge to coexist, there would be no need to erase Yune, would there? In which case, we give you our solemn oath. Never again will either the Laguz or Bjork seek the extermination of the other. Soen, Degenzia, this is agreeable, is it not? I do not accept your pledge. Why? I cannot believe you. You are living creatures created in our image. You cannot seal away your instincts with reason. You are like us. You feel profound sorrow, anger, fear. A conflict will surely arise to overwhelm your reason and discipline. You will be unable to master your emotions, and I may once again make the mistakes that have led us here. The only way to prevent this is to expunge chaos completely. Yune must not exist. My decision has not changed.
In that case, Goddess, would you consider an alternative to such drastic measures? We shall use the power of Sade magic to seal Yune in this medallion. Someday, and it may be in the far distant future, someday we may be able to earn your trust, Goddess. In the hope of that day arriving, refrain from annihilating Yune. Please.
In my eyes, imprisoning Yune and destroying her are the same thing. If the chaos and disaster that Yune begets can be averted, I have no objection. I do not know, however, if Yune will submit to such confinement.
Goddess Yune, please hear me. I will never give up. Someday, I will see you restored to yourself. Please. Do not look so sad. I will always be with you. I will sing to you. You will not be lonely. I promise.
You know what sucks about that whole spiel?
What?
Ashura was right.
I mean, yeah, she was right that, people can't keep from warring.
Yeah, and... oh, goodness. Like, this actually puts a lot of really good context on the whole spiel, because she had to expunge Yune from herself, like, when she was Ashunera.
Yeah.
Which became Ashura and Yune. And yeah, now that I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Yune being the aspect of chaos, of disorder, of kind of impulsivity, in a way. She's a child.
Yeah.
She has the impulsivities and the chaos factor of a child.
And Ashura carries herself like an adult. Yeah.
Which is actually super interesting now that I think about it, especially because what happens when you give a child ultimate power?
So if that didn't make sense to everybody, that was a conversation between... it was after the last Great War.
Yes.
And it was... the heroes were there. Altina, Soin the Lion, Daginsia, the King of Dragons, Lehran, who was one of the first Herons.
Yes.
And Ashura and Yune. And they were trying to decide what to do with Yune after they defeated her after the Great Flood and the Great War.
Yep. And yeah, it turns out things pretty much went as Ashura predicted. Beork and Laguz couldn't contain themselves.
Yeah. Lehran managed to convince Ashura that rather than just obliterate Yune, seal her in the medallion, the Fire Emblem.
Which is where we get Lehran's medallion and why that whole spiel, why touching it basically just fills you with unspeakable power of chaos.
Because there was a chaos god in it.
Pretty much. They're getting stronger and stronger. Whose memories are those? I know him. Everyone, Ashura is nearby. Just beyond those doors. That's where we'll find her. We made it. Finally. You should know, Ashura may have changed since before her slumber. Order and chaos are meant to naturally balance each other out. If you take one away, balance is lost. I do not expect Ashura to have the merest shred of compassion. Talking to her will likely do no good. We don't have much choice. If talking won't work, we'll have to use force. Otherwise, this has all been for nothing.
So all we have to do is get past these doors. But...
how about you? What do you mean? Are you completely chaotic? Are you out of balance? As far as I can tell, you don't seem to lean too far in either direction. Ashura and I seeing things a little differently. During my long sleep, I was wrapped in sweet, gentle music. Herrengalder? Yes, but more important than the song itself, I was never alone. There was always someone singing to comfort me. Ashura shouldn't have isolated herself. She became lonely and bitter and lost touch with her people.
Hold on. This thing won't budge.
What's wrong with it?
Those doors cannot be opened.
Hi, yeah, there's this loose end.
They have been sealed with powerful magic.
Sephiran! You're alright! I'm so relieved to see you!
I'm sorry to have been a cause for concern, Apostle. Forgive me.
Sephiran, there's something I need to tell you. I'm not a true apostle. I didn't mean to abuse your trust.
I've known that for some time, Sanaki. Don't forget that I was almost a father to you. It honestly doesn't make any difference to me whether or not you can hear the goddess.
Sephiran, thank you for always having been there for me.
Empress, shouldn't you tell him about General Zelgius?
Yes, I suppose I should. Sephiran, Zelgius is dead. I know you put a lot of trust in him, but he was also closely allied to Dayan. I'm sure you've heard of Dayan's so-called Black Knight? Sephiran, the Black Knight was Zelgius.
But that's probably not news to you, is it? After all, it was you he was taking orders from.
What? Ike? What are you saying?
A man like Zelgius could never serve conflicting interests. Never. Everything he did for one master. Isn't that so, Sephiran?
I think I understand. You wanted to monitor events within Dayan. You sent Zelgius as a spy.
Precisely. I felt it important to observe King Ashnard carefully. That was my goal. At the time, it was relatively easy to get an outsider close to the king. Ashnard was famous for employing powerful men with no regard for their background or social status.
Obviously, he would have needed no convincing once he saw the blade work of General Zelgius. The Black Knight tried to take the medallion from my father, and killed him. Tell me, Sephiran, whose plan was that? Ashnard's, or yours?
Calm down, Ike. Sephiran, would you please explain?
Sir Ike, I'm afraid your father's death was an unfortunate result of Zelgius' own personal agenda. I did not order Sir Gawain killed. However, I must admit that I did ask him to seize the medallion and hand it over to King Ashnard. The goddess was to be freed, and all living creatures destroyed.
Come again?
You're insane!
I couldn't be more sane, Sir Ike. Attend and learn. My aim has always been to wake Ashura, so that she might pass judgment on all the people of the world. What I needed was a war that would spread all across the continent. How could I achieve this? My attention turned to the young Dayan prince. I could use the fiery Ashnard for my purposes. He was ambitious, a fierce warrior, and more than anything, he had an earnest desire to change the world. When I allowed him to know of the goddess sealed inside the medallion, he became determined to set her free. We could use Heron Galder, or a massive, continent-spanning war, to throw the world into chaos.
Lord Sephiran, what are you saying? Are you saying you wanted this? You can't be serious!
Sanaki, my long life has shown me the people of this world deserve only destruction. The selfishness, the brutality, the disregard for others, the endlessly quarreling Laguz and Beork. We have been given many chances to correct our behavior and ourselves, and have squandered them all. The only remaining hope for a peaceful, orderly world is for Ashura to wipe us all out and begin again. To fulfill my ambition of destroying all beings, I had to use you. I had to betray you.
This is some kind of monstrous joke!
So you've been pulling the strings all along.
Correct.
Beyond just Empress Sanaki, you were trusted by a lot of people. Sephiran, I need to understand. Did you really betray all of those people?
I did.
I don't get it. Why would you wake the goddess to pass judgment on us? Tell us why! How could you want that?
It wouldn't make any difference if I told you. You would have to live a few centuries before you could understand.
Years ago, my father went into hiding with the medallion. At the time, he got help from both you and Zelgius. Does this have anything to do with it?
You seem to have sparked a distant memory of mine.
Answer me! Why did you do this?
I'm sorry. I can't tell you. At least, not in any way you would understand.
Then I'll have to make you talk.
This can't be happening. I won't fight you, Sephiran. I can't!
Poor Soniki. You'll have no choice but to fight. The doors leading to Ashura are sealed by my very own magic. Killing me is your only way through.
Sephiran! So it was you. All those memories penetrating my mind were yours. Since we entered this place, I've seen what you've been thinking, Lehran. Give it up!
Goddess Yune, why do you insist on calling me that name? I discarded it so long ago, Yune. I've changed. Lehran is a thing of the past. All I want now is the end of all that is. Please don't stop me.
Lehran...
You're running out of time. At this rate, I wouldn't count on being able to face the goddess. I would hate to see you denied after coming all this way. Well, now you know who brought you here and why. I suppose that just leaves our fight to the death to take care of.
And suddenly, so many things make an astonishing amount of sense.
Yeah, I think Lehran's psychology is a little bit hard to wrestle with. But basically, he felt that Beork and Laguz had already failed the agreement, so he did work to just make it a little bit worse so Ashura would wake up.
Which actually, the thing is, like, when you really see how Lehran behaved after the First Great War, he really did try to put his trust in Yune, try to put his trust in Beork and Laguz, and pleaded with Ashura not to go through with what she originally planned. But then you look at the previous, then you look at the previous memories that he had, the ones with Zelgius and young Ike, and how he was arguing with Deginsia. Eventually, like, the people that he trusted turned their backs on him, essentially.
Yeah.
So he was just done. Like, he trusted that maybe he could make things right for Ashura, and that, like, the world will be able to do what needs to be done to prevent a full-scale catastrophe. And then he realized, no, it's hopeless. These people are done, they're stupid, they're idiotic, they're hopeless.
I think it was the Serenus Massacre that finally made him decide, like,
Yep.
We already failed, why wait 1,000 years for Ashura to wake up and make the decision? We should stop this now.
And suddenly, everything that happened in the first game, as well as everything that's happened in this game, now makes a whole lot of sense because of Sephiran.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Alright, so, one thing interesting about this chapter in particular is that we actually do have Gareth and Nasir with us.
Yep.
So, I believe they're already on the map, right? Or do we have to switch them out? No,
Yeah.
we
We
Okay.
still have a max party of 17, so we would have to switch them in if we wanted them.
So, that's actually a good question. Do we want to have them in? Because, let's be real for a moment. Aina and Kurthnaga are not required here, and both Gareth and Nasir are better than they are.
They're higher level, at least. It doesn't really make an awful lot of difference, to be honest. Well, let's take a look at Nasir's stats, if we can.
Alright then, we got, so he's got a Laguz gem with the breath weapon. His skills are Boon White Pool. Increases speed. He's got Nile as well.
Yeah, the most valuable thing about him is that Nile skill. Which we can take off him and give to somebody else later if we want.
That's true. So, yeah, he's a magic dragon. So, 24 in magic, 13, 8, 19, 20, 12, and 21. Compared to Aina, much better.
Yeah.
Like, Aina is 15 in magic, whereas Nasir is 24.
Well, Aina's a red dragon, which means she's based on physical.
Is she? Oh,
not
yeah, that's
magic.
right. She is. Well, even then, her strength is. She's a red dragon, and yet her strength is 10!
Yeah, she's... In actuality, she's actually like a hybrid, but they treat her closer to red dragon. That's
Yeah.
why she's pink, because she has some white dragons in her family.
Yeah, and then there's Kurthnaga, who's at 15, 8, 8, 12, 27. Let's look at Gareth. Much stronger. The only thing that really Kurthnaga has over Gareth is his resistance.
What are Gareth's abilities?
Gareth's abilities are just Blood Tide and Shove.
Oh, that's cool that he has Blood Tide, though.
Yeah, he has Blood Tide. The one thing about Kurthnaga, however, that we have to keep in mind for now is that he now has Form Shift. So, yeah, he can basically, like, transform permanently from here on out. So, the question remains, what do we want to do?
I definitely think it's worth it to switch out Aina for Nasir.
And maybe give some of her abilities to Nasir?
If we can, yeah.
Yeah. However, in regards to, this, do we want to keep Kurthnaga? Or do we want to switch him out for Gareth? I think, actually,
I could go either way, personally.
I think we'll keep Kurthnaga, because you know what? We've been investing a little bit in him. We've been trying to, like, get his, like, stuff up a little bit, so we might as well use him.
Okay.
I don't mind getting Nasir here. As for, if we go to outfit, yes, we do have some info to go here, so let's take care of this first.
Alright. I am about to tell you a very old story. A story you should know, as the new king of Goldoa. This is one of the oldest and most heavily guarded secrets in all of Tellius. You'll find no trace of it in any histories or sagas.
If it's that important, maybe we should go somewhere else. Other people might hear us.
What do you think, Nasir? I called upon Lady Micaiah because I felt that she should know the story as well. No, I think now is the time to let everyone know. Would that be all right, Your Majesty? There will be no secrets from now on. Tell us everything. As you wish, Your Majesty. In the dawn of this age, after the goddesses began their long slumber, the kingdom of Ben Yan was established. In those early days, Laguz and Beork lived side by side in harmony and peace. Yes, that kingdom would become the Ben Yan Empire. The hero Altina was chosen to be the kingdom's first queen. Lehran supported her as an advisor and as a husband.
What?
Despite their differences, Lehran and Altina loved each other very deeply. The people accepted a marriage between a Laguz and a Beork? That was what King Deginsia said. This was before the people thought of such differences. They saw only a queen and her husband. At this time, King Deginsia also created his own kingdom far from other Laguz tribes and Beork nations. He believed that the dragon tribe was too powerful to interact equally with other tribes and peoples. That kingdom became Goldoa. Ben Yan had been established for 4 years when King Deginsia received news that Altina had become pregnant. The news brought great joy. You see, the news was also quite surprising. There had been other unions between Beork and Laguz, but until Altina's pregnancy, no children had ever been conceived. Indeed, hers was the first child ever to be born of Beork and Laguz. As close friends of both Altina and Lehran, both King Deginsia and Soen rejoiced at the news. The child would be the first to carry the joined blood of both Laguz and Beork. And again, keep in mind, so this was the first Branded who was ever born, and was born after the goddesses went to sleep.
Yes.
The king said that the baby would become a symbol of peace between the two peoples. But joy over the child's birth did not last. Soon after the child was born, Lehran lost all the powers of the Laguz. He could not transform any longer, nor could he sing Galder. It became apparent that the child of such a union neutralizes the Laguz parents' powers. To make matters worse, the child bears only the characteristics of a Beork. Lehran felt he was no longer a true Laguz, and felt he could no longer act as a bridge between the goddess and the people of Tellius. He lost hope, and also his mind, at least temporarily. He attempted suicide several times, which is an unthinkable taboo for anyone who has sworn to serve the goddess. King Degensia fell into despair. If people caught wind of this news, he believed it would create a deep rift between the two peoples. The king was especially concerned about the reaction from the Lagoos. They might interpret the birth as a herald of the eventual end. Some might even attempt to harm the child. Lehran needed to hear the voice of the goddess then more than ever before. But he could no longer sing the Galder of Release. Is that what happened? Just so, Lehran was forced to make a very difficult decision to protect the peace between Beorc and Lagoos. He decided to retreat into seclusion and consider the problem. Once he regained his sanity, he announced his decision. Lehran was forced to ask the unthinkable of his wife, his aides, and close friends. For the sake of Ben-Yan, you must tell the people that I died in an accident. Tell them the birth was merely a false rumor. Lehran left the medallion to his tribe, moving to Goldoa under King Degensia's protection. He simply disappeared from history after that. After Lehran had left and life returned to normal, Altina eventually welcomed the Beorc husband. She raised the child she'd had with Lehran as though it were an ordinary Beorc child, born of her new husband. Since then, marriages between Lagoos and Beorc have been forbidden. It became known as a crime against the goddess. Even so, the taboo was broken several times over the next few decades. Usually no child was conceived, but when there was, it was swiftly covered up. The parents soon learned what it meant to bear a child who possessed both Lagoos and Beorc blood. After they learned of the consequences, none of these parents ever rejected the edict forbidding it. The child was to be raised by the Beorc parent, and raised as a Beorc child. That should have been enough to hide everything. End of story. It was several generations later that the certain descendants began to manifest physical marks, which indicated their ancestors' sins. Fortunately, this mark looked very similar to the marks of those protected by spirits. They could pass as students of the dark arts for at least a few years. Unfortunately, the branded lived much longer than Beorc. Most branded chose to hide, living outside of ordinary society, and they disappeared into the shadows of history. Rumors had already begun to spread across Ben-Yan, however. The branded were shunned and cast out wherever they lived. Where the Lagoos held power, they persecuted the branded and executed them in honor killings.
That's horrible.
It was King Degensia's opinion that these were crimes that he had to carry on in his conscience. From the beginning, he realized that he and the others in power had made a mistake. They understood that they should have revealed everything about Altina and Lehran's child. The people should have been told the truth. But since they'd kept the truth from everyone, the branded were marked as unclean, persecuted wherever they traveled. Here's the family tree for Lehran and Altina's bloodline. Only King Degensia knew the truth. Until now. Father, you've had to endure this burden alone for so long. It was the same in Lady Almeida's case. When she lost her powers after giving birth to the Mad King's son, King Degensia had no choice but to hide the truth from everyone. So he chose to hide Almeida from everyone. Better to deny her existence than be forced to explain long-hidden secrets. In the process, he'd lost someone even more dear to him, Prince Rajaon. He deeply regretted his decision when he learned of the prince's death. The only choice left for King Degensia was to remain stubbornly neutral in all wars on the continent. He hoped, in vain, to keep the goddess from waking up before the 1,000 years had elapsed. I'm such a fool. I had no idea what Father went through. All I did was deny what he fought for.
Kurth.
Your Majesty, you are the king now. You know that it is a sin to fight against the goddess, and yet you've chosen to move forward. King Degensia left everything to you. You must succeed. Do not be afraid of what lies beyond. Forge ahead. I understand. I shall be true to my convictions. I have no more doubts.
You good?
Yeah, bit of a lore dump, had a lot of characters there.
Yeah, that's true. Also, yeah, what was I just saying? about Lehran and Sephiran, like, who was also Sephiran, and basically losing his goddamn mind.
People aren't supposed to live for that long.
Seriously, though. Nasir.
Ike, I'm sorry about earlier.
That's alright. I know you were in a tight spot.
Ah, the Bayor Kiro. We will follow King Kurthnaga from now on. If he wishes to fight alongside you, I shall assist.
I see. Then you should receive a blessing of protection from the goddess Yune.
We already have. We can fight Ashura too. We can fight Ashura now.
You'd lend us all of your might?
Of course. We swear upon the good name of the Dragon Tribe that we shall do our best.
Oh, well, that was much significantly shorter.
Yeah, just letting us know. I would have switched the order of those two, but...
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know.
No, not yet. I mean, like, they're ordered by the game. In that.
Yeah, no, I do agree on that one.
Yeah. Alright, so...
What else do we have to do here?
I mean,
how do we expect to get any sort of, like, support between Nasir and Gareth? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, this is all pretty much established. Is there anyone who can... Oh, yes.
Kurth and Kennegus.
Might as well, right?
Yep.
Anyone else? I don't think so. Alright, then.
Any inventory stuff you want to do?
I do recall you and I wanted to, manage... Do we have experience?
You probably got a little experience from that last chapter.
Yeah, we did. We might decide to do something with that later. In the meantime, let's go ahead and look at Aina for a moment, because we're going to remove some stuff from her and give it to Nasir. Nasir has Whitepool, Nile, and Shove. What do we want to do here? Well, Blood Tide can't be given to him because Red Dragon's only.
Yeah, so maybe Renewal and Resolve.
Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, we also have a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So... Renewal. Resolve, can raise... Yeah, well, actually, no. We have only one more. He might actually not be a bad choice for the guard skill.
Yeah, okay, if something turns
like,
out that he's standing next to somebody who needs to be guarded.
Especially considering that, like, again, he's a magic dragon, right? So his resistance is way up. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, so introducing spirits, which are enemies that they cast magic that corresponds to whatever color they are.
Yeah, and long story short, this mission is nothing but fighting Sephiran. So we've got a Chancellor here with the rewarp skill, Rudol Gem. I have no idea what that does. Defense of the Holder by +10, and Creedlad. Probably the most powerful light magic in the game. So yeah, this is actually going to be interesting. Do these guys move?
Yes, I think the ones around him do not move.
Okay, so basically, for the first part, we basically just gotta take out these things as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, it's not written there, but Sephiran does have an AoE similar to Degensia.
Good to know.
That he can use every 3 turns.
Alright then. So yeah, basically we just want to take these guys out as fast as we can.
Yeah, they're only affected by whatever weapons Yune
blessed, so we can't use anything else.
And the biggest factor of how we should attack them really is whatever tiles they're on.
Got you.
Because there are tiles that increase.
These guys got heal stones, wardwood, cover. Oh wow! Oh yeah! Look at some of this. Look at some of those stats.
Yeah, we'll either increase their avoid, their defense, or their resistance.
Got you. Okay, so really, we're just gonna have to do the best we can here. I think we have a pretty good setup of people who can do what they need to in order to, get what we can. I am going to put the Dragon Lagoos probably just in the middle right now because they're probably going to do the least amount of what we need. Where's Kurth? Yeah, there's Kurth. Yeah, that's pretty much all we can do at this point.
Yep.
And we will do our best to make sure. I'm actually going to... Yeah, Marcia's over here. I'm actually going to put Olincia over here. And that's pretty much it. We're just gonna have to do our best here.
Also, fun fact.
Yeah.
Sephiran will never counter-attack Sonic-y, nor will Sonic-y be able to attack Sephiran.
Ah!
They can't attack each other, and also everybody on the map will refuse to attack any Herons or Micaiah.
Okay, so...
They will not directly attack Herons or... Yeah, Micaiah as Yune's...
So we can kind of rest assured that Raphael is safe.
Yeah, we don't need to try too hard to protect him.
Alright then, that's fine with me. So, that's pretty much it. I think, for now, let's save, any bonus experience for the final chapter.
Okay.
Like, I think we can manage what we got here. Additionally, did we get any, like, sort of, like, items, from, the last one? Or from the last, mission?
I don't remember getting
I don't
anything
think
new.
so. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good. And plus, again, we can't... Not like it matters, because we can only use our blessed weapons. So, I guess that's pretty much it, right?
Yep.
Whew! I'm a little bit worried about this one, but here goes nothing. Oh, nope, didn't mean to do that one. Here we go.
Here goes nothing. Yeah, this is nothing to it but to do it.
Alright. So yeah, let's just try and take these things out as fast as we can. Man, I would love to go here and try to take that thing out, but like that might be Sheenan's job. Let me see what Sheenan can do against this thing. Double bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be our main game plan. Just like we're gonna take all of these guys out as fast as we possibly can.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's a good start. Sheenan, you're on.
Oh yeah, also I don't think it plays battle animations for fighting these guys.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't think the spirits appear in cinematic mode.
Huh, well, there you go. So for those of you who really didn't want to see any battle animations throughout this entire playthrough,
Yeah.
this is the chapter for you.
Yeah, so it's gonna make this chapter run a lot faster.
I'm actually okay with that, kinda. Okay, so to Barn, you should be able to do this. 2040. Beautiful! Perfect!
So, yeah, we just want to be a little careful of the green ones with Tabarn, and of the red ones around Canagis,
Yeah.
and of the yellow ones around Kurth and Nasir.
Yes. Either way, like, I want to make sure that we take these things out as fast as possible. Yeah, that's a wind spirit, so that's going to be a problem for Alincia, but let me actually check what she can do.
Maybe she can kill it with Amity first. No.
Oh, it actually doesn't do any damage to her!
Because her resistance is so high, so it doesn't matter that wind beats flying.
Alright then. Yeah, we might as well go ahead and do this, get a
Yeah.
quick start, and then we can go from there. Nice! Alright, so... Sonic can't actually make it there, but... Let's see what Mist can do with Alundite.
Yeah, she can hopefully finish it off.
I'm actually going to see if I can do this real quick.
Also, like, new ones are going to be spawning in constantly.
Ah, okay, good to know. Okay, she can't actually damage that guy.
I think because he's on a defense space.
Yeah, more than likely. Okay, I have an idea.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Let's start with you. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of an issue with Ike because he has low resistance.
Yeah.
So he's going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, these guys can do some work on Ike. But
Yeah, but at the same time, he's got 65 health.
yeah, we can heal with Mist right after.
Yep. Lovely. And then we can do this. Yeah, that's not much. She's got a bit of a disadvantage, but I'm not gonna complain about those numbers.
Yeah, that works for me.
And then we can do a mass,
Whoa!
holy crap! But yeah, then we can do a mass, Galder with Raphael. Nice dodge, by the way.
I wonder if Ike's gonna have a summon in this Fire Emblem Engage.
Oh yeah, no, I would be very disappointed if they don't include Ike and Micaiah in these summons because, Like, at the very least, I expect them to include all the lords.
Yeah, I'm guessing all the lords will make an appearance as weird stands. That's what they remind me of. They remind me of JoJo stands.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Like honestly, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is more the whole stand thing. We discussed this earlier.
Yeah. I still never played it.
I played it for a little while, but I never actually finished it, admittedly. That's why I didn't write... When we did Guess That Music Track, I didn't know what the heck that one was for, the final boss against... what's his face? Medeus.
Medeus, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't remember how, or I didn't know how Medeus' theme sounded, because it, I recognized the melody, but, it didn't fit with, Fire Emblem at the time, and then you told me Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and it's like, okay, I get it now.
It didn't, I'm sure it's a pretty decent game, too. The aesthetic does nothing for me, the whole idols thing.
Yeah, I honestly agree with that. Again, the thing is, when you talk to... You can shove these things?
Yeah, you can shove anything.
I guess, but they're spirits!
Yeah, but they're enemies. Yeah, that's a little funny, because, it seems like they wouldn't have physical... I guess you're shoving them with whatever weapon you have blessed.
I guess.
So that, can contact them.
Mm-hmm.
Because these things are immaterial, so the only thing that can touch them... is Jesus.
Okay, well that was a thing. Way to go, Volk!
Or in this case, Yune.
By the way, you want to talk about someone that we're super freaking proud of. Dude, Nephany has made me so unbelievably proud, ever since that last chapter.
Yeah.
And there's the Impale.
Judging by the comments, you were all pretty happy for her, too.
Oh, yeah. I'm really happy with how I did that, by the way. I don't know if you saw it,
yeah.
but...
Yeah, that was cool.
That was a lot of fun. I'm just curious to see how this looks. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with that.
He's resisting the damage, at least.
I mean, it's fire magic, so I don't think that's gonna do much.
Yeah.
All right, Soren. Hot damn! This is where the mages are gonna shine.
With the flare, too. Yeah, and
Jeez!
From this point forward, these spirits are the only basic enemies.
Yeah.
There are no more Benyan soldiers, no more Goldoa dragons.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to assume that, again, as you said, there's really not going to be... those ones around Sephiran are not going to move.
Yeah.
Alright, fine with me.
Sephiran also has a trick where if he would be dealt a fatal blow, he transfers that attack instead to one of the spirits.
Ah, good to know.
So... you more or less have to kill all the spirits on the board at any given time.
That's a really clever mechanic, actually.
Yeah. I've stolen that for a lot of encounters I've designed in D&D, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think I did the same thing once myself, because, if I recall correct, I did that once for when I was running my own campaign, and there was this final boss who was actually kind of a goddess, right?
Yeah.
And she had 4 spirits with her. That would represented the 4 elements, and anytime they dealt a fatal blow to the goddess, one of the spirits would actually be killed, and they would transfer their power to her. So the idea was they basically just had to keep on wailing, and every time they defeated her, she would get weaker and weaker.
I did that when way back in the first campaign we ever played together, when you guys were fighting the Jinn.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because it was on a floating island that the Jinn created, and all the enemies were things. Oh,
hello.
The Laguz and Beork have doomed each other with their mutual hatred. You have brought extinction on yourselves.
Oh, he has long-range magic.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Alright, that's fine.
So we want to try and stay on platforms that give resistance.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, it didn't seem like Kennegus took all that much damage, but yeah, What was that? That wasn't rewarp, was it?
I guess that's just the thing he can do.
What? Nullifies all damage, yada yada. Yeah, what?
Yeah. That's one thing with Radiant Dawn, guys. You gotta, like, have something in their description that explains what they're doing.
Like, seriously, though, come on. Anyway, let's go ahead and take care of these. Shinnen, you keep doing what you do best, bro.
Like, I don't mind if you make up an item, but...
Like, give us something.
It feels very like when your kid's playing in the backyard and the one kid goes, bang, bang, I got you, and the other's like, no, I have a magnet shield that bounces the bullets off and hits you. Like, what? You just made that up.
Like, what kind of kid did not do that, like, during their elementary school days? Let's be honest for a moment.
I think that's part of why Nerf guns got so popular.
Oh, yeah.
Because then, like, you know if you got hit by a Nerf gun. Or paintball.
Have you ever been paintballing?
Yes.
How did you like it?
It hurts.
Yeah, no, paintballing is no joke, man. It, that stuff actually kind of, like, it leaves a mark after a little while. Yo, beautiful Sonaki!
I think I would have liked it more if I were with different people. Good job, Sonaki.
Well done. Alright, now, over to this side. Micaiah, what can you do? Yeah, they won't attack her!
Nope.
How about that?
Yeah, she gets a free ride.
So I guess technically, like, kinda sorta, you can cheese this with Micaiah.
A little bit, yeah. The thing is, he'll spawn them way faster than Micaiah alone could.
Oh yeah, like, that I don't doubt.
But... yeah, I'm not sure if it's because she's housing Yune that they refuse to attack her, or if it's because...
Sephiran has, like, some sort of, like, connection to Micaiah.
Well, Micaiah's descended from...
yeah.
Herons, if that hasn't already become clear.
Boyd. You can... there's no... oh, no, this is a heal stone.
Yeah, let's try to keep Boyd somewhere with resistance. Isn't the middlemost one resistance?
That's a heal stone. Oh, this one. No, that's cover.
Up to? Oh, no.
Yeah, no, this is Wardwood.
Okay.
Yeah, the Wardwood is the one that, like, prevents, that gives resistance. So let's put him here at the very least.
Okay.
Soth. Soth, you're dodgy, so let's actually, like... these things have a range of 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so right here should be safe. And that's a heal stone, which gives, like, dodge. So Soth should be able to handle this just fine.
All
Perfect.
Right.
Nice.
Life cancelled. Wow, so it's getting good experience off these guys, too.
I think we also still have him with Paragon.
Oh, yeah.
Let me double check. Yep, he still has Paragon.
I forgot about that.
Yep, so that is a thing. So yeah, I'm gonna keep Deginsia in some Wardwood tiles as well, because his resistance is not that great either. Why not?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Valencia, let's see what you can do here. Beautiful!
Yeah, I like it. Quick cleanup.
Mm-hmm. And then next turn we can have these other guys going on down here and do some Kanto tricks.
Yeah, start getting rid of Sephiran's army.
We'll keep the ones with low resistance on the Wardwood, and we'll go from there.
Sephiran will also teleport away if he starts to feel threatened.
Good call. Oh, let's do this actually. Yeah, Vigor.
It could be kind of like what happened with Senator what's-his-name from Lehran,
So, yeah.
where, like, for whatever reason he felt threatened enough to teleport closer to our army.
I don't feel comfortable putting Ike in harm's way.
Yeah, let's lay off Ike.
Yeah, let's go with the barn. I would really like it if he could one-shot these guys.
Who is he supported with?
Lindsay. Who's over there? Yeah.
Ah!
Almost.
Not quite.
We just need a way to heal him, which I think we've already moved all our healers.
Unless we want to do this. She'll take a little bit of damage, but she'll be out of danger.
Why will she be out of danger?
What do you mean? Because she's going to be out of range of everyone else. Plus, they're not going to attack
except
Sonic
the one
anyway.
guy. Yeah, I think the spirits can still attack Sonic. It's just Sephiran can't.
Gotcha. Well, the good news is here is that, like, if we weaken this spirit, Tabarn can come in and clean up.
Okay, yeah.
And then she'll be out of danger.
Oh, I'm with you. Okay.
Nice! And then, Tabarn. Lovely!
Caw.
And then, right back. And then Ike can move over here for the time being. Okay, let's move the others forward.